It's a humid summer afternoon in Chicago, 1980. Carl Rogers sits quietly in his modest office, reflecting on decades of listening to people's struggles and potential. He's not just thinking about therapy techniques anymore. He's grappling with something bigger. What does it really mean to be human? The question hangs in the air, inviting us to dive into the essence of connection, growth, and authenticity. What if the way we live can change everything? Let's find out. Rogers believed the magic in therapy wasn't fancy methods, but a simple, radical act. Let's unravel why just being fully present can transform lives. In one essay, Rogers recalls Florence, a nurse in a hospital ward overwhelmed by patient pain. When Florence stopped trying to fix every problem and simply listened with empathy and openness, patients started opening up in ways no medication could achieve. That moment shifted Florence's whole approach. She became not just a caregiver, but a presence patients trusted deeply. Rogers compares presence to tending a garden. You don't force flowers to bloom by yanking at them or using chemicals. You create conditions: water, sun, patience. Presence isn't a technique, it's an environment you cultivate for growth. Like a gardener, your role is holding space with genuine care, letting complexity unfold naturally. Here's the twist Rogers presents. When you offer genuine presence, people don't just feel safe. They activate their own capacity to heal and grow. It's like flipping a switch inside. Growth is an inside job sparked by feeling truly seen. Presence calls forth potential rather than imposing solutions. Rogers doesn't just talk about others' growth. He pulls back the curtain on his own evolution. What does it mean to become fully human, slowly, painfully, and beautifully? Rogers recounts his early years as a psychologist, where his role was all about authority and giving answers. That posture wore thin, creating barriers instead of breakthroughs. Over time, he learned to drop his expert mask, embracing uncertainty and curiosity. This shift made therapy a collaborative journey instead of a lecture, forging real human connection. He describes vulnerability not as weakness but raw power. Like a violin string stretched thin yet singing beautifully, openness to one's flaws and fears creates authentic self-expression. Rogers writes, "To fully be is to face your imperfections without hiding behind defenses," turning vulnerability into a courageous act that invites growth. Rogers likens transformation to a dance, not a solo or a fixed choreography, but an ongoing, adaptive rhythm between therapist and client, self and world. This dance requires patience and trust, showing that becoming is never done. It's messy, fluid, and endlessly alive, a process that challenges our whole way of being. Near the end of his career, Rogers turns outward, urging us all to embrace a more compassionate, human-centered world. What vision does he offer for tomorrow? Rogers was fiercely hopeful that beneath all the noise and conflict, humans share a deep desire to be good, to grow, and to connect. In a striking essay, he recounts a community meeting in rural Illinois where hostility gave way to understanding once people remembered their shared humanity. This experience fueled his belief that seeing people's positive potential is revolutionary. He envisions culture like a vast river shaped by the banks of empathy rather than the dams of control. When organizations, schools, and governments center empathy, listening deeply and acting with kindness, they unleash human creativity and cooperation instead of fear and resistance. Rogers warns that control-based systems suffocate growth and lead to alienation. Rogers closes with a suggestion as powerful as it is simple: start with yourself. He reminds us that small acts, honest conversations, patient listening, choosing understanding over judgment, can ripple outward, building a more humane future brick by brick. The real revolution is personal, human, and small, but unstoppable. Remember Carl Rogers in that quiet Chicago office, wrestling with what it means to truly be. His answer wasn't a clever theory, but a way of living, showing up fully, embracing vulnerability, and believing in people's growth. So try this tomorrow. Give someone your full, curious presence. Watch how it transforms the moment, maybe even your whole way of being. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.